Welcome to the channel. My name is Coach and I'm your go-to source for everything relating to TNA, and I want to apologize because this video is a bit late, and that's because I was sick, but I'm here now and we're going to talk about the show. But honestly, having had a few days to think about the show, there's really not that much to talk about, and that sucks because we're on the road to Bound for Glory and the show is supposed to be really exciting, but it's just not. So let's run through just the major stuff that happened in a real quick video so I can just catch up to date. The main event of the show was the World Tag Team Championships, the Hardy Boys defending it against the Nemeths in their contractual rematch clause, and the Hardy Boys retained the belts. This was a fun little match, and like I said previous weeks, it was a very predictable match since the Hardys are going to defend the belts against Team 3D at Bound for Glory. So we all knew somehow the Nemeths weren't going to retain or the Nemeths weren't going to win the belt. But the key thing here is Matt Cardona was on commentary, and he stopped the Nemeths from cheating since he's been in this feud with Ryan Nemeth a bit, and his involvement in this match allowed the Hardy Boys to retain the belts since the Nemeths couldn't cheat. So what my prediction here is that we're gonna get Nick Nemeth versus Matt Cardona at Bound for Glory. You know, Matt Cardona is in a feud with Ryan Nemeth, but that's probably gonna happen at the next pay-per-view before Bound for Glory, which is gonna lead to Nick Nemeth versus Matt Cardona, it's an okay match, man. I don't know what it is about Matt Cardona, but he's not interesting on TNA at the moment. He really needs some type of character renovation. The other major moment of tonight's show was Mike Santana just quickly defeated a jobber and then gave a few quick words to Trick Williams. You know, this build's been pretty boring, but then Ridge Holland has arrived on TNA and he attacks Mike Santana, which is, damn, the dude went from the main roster to NXT to Evolve and now he's on TNA. He's probably gonna get released soon, right? Good luck with your future endeavors, Ridge Holland. And look, he's been good on Evolve. He hasn't been bad. He's done his stuff. It's been fairly entertaining. But man, I don't care for anything he does anymore, and I'm really not excited to see a quick Mike Santana versus Ridge Holland feud. You really need to get me invested in Trick Williams versus Santana somehow. This with Ridge Holland, it's not it. Dani Luna versus Indi Hartwell also happens tonight, but earlier in the night, Dani Luna is preparing for a match, and the personal concierge of the By Elegance brand talks to her and says that if she beats up Indi Hartwell, a championship opportunity for her might come a lot sooner. So what happens in the match is she does that. She beats the ever-loving shit out of Indi Hartwell, ending the match in disqualification, allowing Indi Hartwell to win, but Dani Luna is the one standing tall. I am curious to where this is leading though, because obviously this is not done between Dani Luna and Indi Hartwell, and I'm happy for that. I'm really enjoying this feud. But you know, that Indi Hartwell has a match at Bound for Glory for the Women's World Championship, and this seems like a feud that should run to Bound for Glory too, so I don't know what's happening. Are you gonna have Jody Threat versus Dani Luna at Bound for Glory? Dani Luna should be on that card in some way, shape or form. But I'm really enjoying this, really great. I'm glad we're finally having a high tier mid-card women's feud. It's really enjoyable. Then we have the King's Speech by Frankie Kazarian with his special guest, Mr. Anderson, who returns. And Kazarian also announces that he will be challenging for Steve Maclin's International Championship. Just throws that in there, but that comes up later. And Mr. Anderson is happy to be here. It's really cool to see him. But what I am upset though is, you know, obviously a lot of tension arises between Mr. Anderson and Kazarian, and Jake Something attacks Mr. Anderson, which was fun. I'm liking the Kazarian Jake Something stuff. It's really entertaining. I think there's something there with Jake Something. They attack Mr. Anderson, which means Steve Maclin has to come out, and Steve Maclin defends Mr. Anderson, setting us up for a match next week between Steve Maclin and Mr. Anderson versus Kazarian and Jake Something. And my issue here is that this comes really too soon. We should really build this up for a pay-per-view. I mean, Mr. Anderson's return, he's not some hyper legend like Steve Austin or something like that, but he's still a relatively known name. And you should build this up for a pay-per-view, not a regular episode of Impact. Similar to the Nemeths versus the Hardys, it should have been a pay-per-view match. I don't think we should have this on a regular episode of Impact. Now, I get it. It's probably going to increase ratings. People are probably going to tune in to see Mr. Anderson on a regular episode, but really, it feels like a pay-per-view level match, and I don't get why we're just having it here. We also have Eric Young versus Judas Icarus, a member of the Northern Armory, a team he turned on recently. I thought it was just, you know, the way they are, Eric Young being an abusive leader, but no, the team is actually split up. And Judas Icarus wins. He gets a victory over Eric Young because Joe Hendry comes out. That distracts Eric Young and Judas Icarus picks up the victory. I like this. I hope this means that the Northern Army are being kept on Impact, because there's been rumors that they only signed a one-year deal and they're not going to be re-upped. But hopefully this tiny bit of momentum means they stay, because we need a better tag team division. And as far as Eric Young and Joe Hendry goes, I mean, it's probably going to be Joe Hendry's final feud in TNA, which is cool. I just don't think it should be Eric Young. But hey, it is what it is, man. The feud's been fine. And then the other matches on the card was Mustafa Ali defeating Brian Myers. After the match, a massive brawl breaks out between the System and the Order 4. Damn, I really want to see Moose and Agent Zero in a match one-on-one. but that sets up a match with Santino coming out announcing it for Bound for Glory, so that's cool. On the other hand, we have the By Elegance brand defeating the IInspiration and Masha Slamovich in a 6-woman tag team match. Just another match, 2 matches that there really aren't much to say about. So that was Impact for tonight. I apologize if it's a very short video, but I'm still feeling a bit sick, so I'm just trying to get this video out there real quick so that I don't miss TNA and you guys don't miss TNA. If you watch my channel, that's your way of keeping up with it. So hopefully this wasn't too bad. I should be healthy by the time NXT comes around and then it's totally back on schedule. But so for now, I'm gonna give this episode of TNA 6 out of 10, man. A lot of stuff that I did enjoy, but I just feel like we're pulling the trigger too soon with it. So let me know what you think. Did you enjoy TNA? I'm really sorry for the short video, but I hope you understand. So leave a like, subscribe, and then from the next video on, we're back on schedule. Goodbye, everyone.